Hi, I'm Jason Sterling, and right off the bat, the following information is brought to you by complimentary early access of this gaming pack, My Wedding Stories for The Sims 4 from the EA Creator Network. Thanks for watching. Okay. Here we are in Build By. There's a lot of stuff in Build By. I started off right off the bat here. This is all the new wall colors. We only get one new wall swatch, and it comes in the colors you see there. And then 3 new doorways or arches. The doorways are great. I really like them. And we will take kind of a look here. We'll look at, you can see the swatches down below as it goes past. Now, I'm going pretty quick, and I know that because there's a lot to see, but you can pause it and look and see how many swatches there are. I said this in the cast video, and I'll say it here. When I got an initial basic video outline for these videos, there was over 5 minutes of video, and that was with just 2 seconds per item. So there's got to be somewhere over 150 items, not really counting Debug. That's not counting Debug, in fact. That's just the regular items, so around 150. And that's not each swatch. Okay, that's 1 swatch per item, and it was over 5 minutes at 2 seconds per item. So there's quite a few things in this pack. We come with a new terrain stuff. It's not really new. It's sand. I think it's the same sand from Island Living. They just added it to this pack as well. I'm going to give them a thumbs up on that. I sometimes like it when they add stuff from into the base game or into other packs from packs that have been around for a while. This gives kids one more thing to do. And there are a lot of beaches in this pack, or a couple. Let's not call them a lot, but there's a couple. So I'm gonna give them a pass on this because they can build like sandcastles and stuff like that now. If you have this pack, or if you have Island Living. Okay. We have a lovely new fence. I placed it in pink. It comes in other swatches, as you can see. But I do think it's lovely. I like it. We have 4 great new windows. We have 5 great new windows. 5 great new windows. Again, we're going to roll through these pretty quickly. But I love the new windows. Especially love the round one and the stained glass ones. They are fantastic. We really needed those to build more of a proper looking sort of traditional church here in the United States. I'm not at all religious. I'm not at all into church, but I love churches. I do. There's a great beauty to churches. There's a great beauty to cathedrals, especially. I always go visit them when I visit other countries, and not just. That's kind of a Western word, cathedrals, but also mosques are very beautiful. Other traditional shrines and temples, for the Buddhist religion, Hinduism, stuff like that. I find them very beautiful, even if I'm not really into that sort of thing. Okay, so we've got some roof stuff here, a bell, a steeple, stuff like that. Also, again, really needed. Glad to see it. They come in a variety of swatches. Really quite cool. Now, we've got 1 faux balcony railing. You, of course, can't go out on it. You can I was having trouble getting this to work. I'm certain that you can arrange it a little bit so it looks like it's stuck on the window and the sim can still walk out on it. But I was having a little bit of trouble with that. I think I kind of forgot how to do it. How you do it is put it in the basement and then raise it all the way up onto the side of the building. And I was trying to put it directly on the side of the building, but on the floor below and lift it up a little bit. So try that. Put it in the basement, lift it all the way up to the side of the building where your window is. And your sim, if you've got enough space there, if you build out the floor, your sim will look like he's walking out, him or her, look like they're walking out on it. Now, like the other video, I'm going to fumble a little bit. It is really early where I am. I'm trying to record this before I go to work. So it is really early, but we're going to run through this and see it before I go to work. So I might fumble a little bit. Now, moving on, we got a great new gate. Just one to go with the one new fence type. But it's nice. I like it. Kind of big. I mean, it is kind of a big gate. You can see the sim standing off to the side there, and that is the size of the gate. So it's almost more like a horse gate. It's that big, but okay. Now chairs. We have so many chairs. I put this one picture here to show that one chair there, the rainbow chair, comes in a lot of different swatches. It's translucent. Oh my God, it's my new favorite chair. I love that. I love the fact that it's translucent. I love that style of chair. And it, you know, where you can see kind of through it. I love the rainbow version there. It's super cool. I like a lot of the new chairs with this pack. The cane back chairs are great. I love the ones that are tied for a wedding or a celebration with the flowers on the back and the ribbon. So I do like the new chairs in this pack. And I think they can work for, you know, restaurant settings, cafe settings especially, but even at home. The ones without flowers especially. The ones with flowers would work in a cafe setting or a restaurant setting. The ones without flowers definitely work at home. And the translucent one, oh my God, I'm going to use it everywhere. When I use it everywhere. So we run through the swatches here real quick. And we'll, you know, that I love the little tie, you know, in a rainbow. That is really cool. We've got, what do we have? Oh my gosh. Well, we have a church pew, which is again nice for churches. Because I would love to set up a traditional church look. And I had a kind of vacation area I was doing once that I did not finish. Go figure. That I did not finish. It got really big. It got really out of hand. But it had a church there so you could have your wedding in a foreign location, right? In kind of a Caribbean style location. And I just had to use chairs. Maybe I used just benches, park benches or something. But this is more of a traditional pew, as we call it here in the United States. And it looks very much like a traditional church seating in the United States. So I do really like it. We've got a relatively nice new love seat. I don't know about the beads on the back. I don't know about that. But it's kind of a nice shape otherwise, kind of plain. And we got a new lounge, right? So that's nice too. I do like the lounger, and we can always, I love new stuff. You know, sometimes people are like, did we need another table? Did we need another chair? Okay, yeah, we need like 1,000 more tables and 1,000 more chairs. I don't know if you've been to a furniture store. I go to furniture stores all the time. There is not near enough as it is. I mean, there's a lot of times I go in, I'm looking for a chair for the living room, like none of these work. None of these work. Where's the rest of this stuff? Yeah, we need like 1,000 more. So we've got this table with a pride runner on it. As you can see there, that is really nice. That's more maybe what they should have done with some of the dresses. It's that sort of style. Very nice. I love the round one too, though. I love that really bright pride flag across the round one. It looks really nice. We get into some tables and some, you know, shelving. I love the new shelf. The new shelf is my favorite. The other tables are okay. You can take them or leave them. They're good. They're good to use somewhere. Love the new dance floors. We haven't had new dance floors in a million years, you guys. And I love that we finally got some new swatches. They're really cool. The piano, big favorite of mine. Big, big, big favorite. Again, we've needed a new piano. The only thing I don't like is you can't take the greenery off, and there are no swatches without the greenery. As though this piano is intended for events and special occasions only. Don't you fucking forget it. They're going to leave that greenery on there no matter what. Hopefully someone mods it off or custom contents it off. I do love the piano. I would use it in like a lot of decor, except for the greenery. I probably will still use it and just gnash my teeth and be unhappy. But I also love the new banquet tables. Another thing we've needed these for a long time. We haven't had anything but the standard banquet table from like Luxury Party or whatever it was called for 7 years. 6 years, almost 7 years. Almost 7 years. So I'm glad to see some new ones, especially the wooden one. I really like that so much. I like it more than the kind of modern looking one. The modern looking one is okay. The other one I love. Well, look at their swatches here. I did like the rainbow swatch on that more modern table. I thought it was super cool. And then we got the champagne bucket and the, you know, the fountain, right? The fountain does cheese. If you guys want a cheese fountain to stick stuff in and get cheese all over it, I don't know. That sounds kind of gross to me. But if you love it and that's your deal and you're totally into a big fountain of cheese fondue. I like cheese fondue actually now I think about it. So maybe it's not so gross. There's something about it being in a fountain though instead of a little pot. That just seems gross, like flowing cheese. But I'm going to pretend it's fondue, I guess, and that'll be okay. We also got a new bar. Got a new bar here. Comes in some different swatches. Luckily, they don't all have writing on the front. Luckily. Oh, my big favorite with this set. I'm so excited. I want to just squeal like a little toddler. I want to squeal like a little kid. Here's a tea set. Finally, oh my God, it only takes 7.5 years of bitching and whining to get movement on Maxis's part. So, unless you want cars, then you're never going to get them. But when it comes to the tea set, we finally got a tea set. And I like both of these. I particularly like the Asian one. There's only 3 swatches, though, per tea set. Why? Why? Yeah, I would have liked a whole lot more swatches, like about 50 per tea set. Hopefully we'll get more of these in the future, and then someone will complain that we're getting stuff we only should have got with just this pack. But hopefully we do get more of these tea sets in the future. I know custom content people are going to have a heyday with it. They have some fun with this, but we are getting those. Love them. Love the wedding arches. My favorite is actually the modern one, which is the simple pride candles on it. It's a little more tasteful, a little more, I do really like that. But I like the other ones too. The other ones are great for gardens and, tropical. We got a new cart for flowers. That's very cool. And then we got some more centerpieces and more sort of flower arrangements. All very much needed for a wedding, right? If anything, there's almost not enough for a wedding. There are more swatches with these and some of the other items, like say the tea set. I'm going to harp on that forever. But we did need them for a wedding, and we could almost have used more. Because flowers are, well, whenever I say something, assume that it's coming from an American perspective. Okay, so I know in your part of the world it might be different. But when I speak from my experience and from my perspective, which is an American perspective. And it's an American middle class perspective. Flowers are a big part of weddings. That's what I'm about to say. And that's kind of true here. So we could have used maybe even more from that perspective. But what we got was nice. We got some curtains. The curtains I don't love. I've tried placing them already in game, and I just don't love them. They're going to be great for a modern look and a more modern build. The beads are kind of like, yeah, and it's great. They're in Pride swatches too. Max has finally got it. We do like stuff in rainbows. But yeah, they're just not my favorite. And they look like curtains we already have, just with new swatches on them. Because don't these look kind of familiar? Don't these look like curtains we have over and over and over again? They do. But the swatches, some of the swatches are really nice, especially some of the traditional ones. So they're good enough, right? I love this sign here. Okay, I'm back. Now, if you see a little break like that, chances are it's early in the morning. My allergies start to run in the morning, and I get drainage, so I might stop and clear my throat. So I do kind of edit that out so you don't have to hear it, right? But I'm back. I love these signs. They're very cool. They work for a variety of kind of decor-looking things like retail outlets, restaurants, event venues, so on and so forth. I'm glad we got them. Love the fountain. We need new fountains. I love the fact that you can sit at it. It works as a bench, too. It's lovely. Now, we're to the, runners, for the aisle, for the bride and groom to walk down and the wedding party to walk down. The ones we got that are pre-made are okay. So you see that in the back, and you see sort of the flowers lining it here on the front. I like the flower one and the one next to it best. The one next to it, that outline does not show when you place it, right? So it's transparent. It's completely transparent. So you can build anything under it you want as far as flooring goes to use as your runner. Or if you don't want a runner, you can just have it look like the flooring of the rest of the church. Because not everybody does use a runner at a wedding. Some people just walk down the aisle, right? So I love that. That's my favorite of the three, naturally, because of that reason. So beyond that, there's not much else to say. I do love this wall hanging in the more Asian look. It comes in a heart as well for weddings, but I really prefer the Asian look, and it's super cool. I do love it. I really do. I was so excited it came in the Asian look. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's a big one for me. Now, I'm going to say real quick, spoiler alert. So if you don't want a spoiler about things you're going to find in the sand, if you dig them up, skip ahead here. I'll try to write the number of minutes or seconds underneath it real quick, underneath me real quick right here. Take a look. Skip ahead that many seconds. I don't know how. You're probably still going to get a little bit of a spoiler. But swinging into the spoiler, these are all the bottles This is kind of a debug thing. These are all the bottles with messages in them. So like every single message comes in a different type of bottle, right? Or at least a different color, which is kind of cool. Instead of them all coming in the exact same bottle, I thought it was cool they did them in different shapes and different colors. So it seems a little more realistic. That's a message in a bottle thing where you can read some of the history of the Tartosa. So I love this, actually. I'm not always real big on collectibles. They're not my thing in game. They are for some people. It's totally cool. And I like them for decor, but this one I actually do like. And this one I think I actually will go around and dig up, because I think that's kind of cool. Some of the history of this area is going to be kind of read through via these bottles. So I love that. Now, spoiler over, I threw some sand there. So you can see that's what the sand looks like. That's what you'll dig up, right? That's what the sand looks like. We're back to another one of my favorite things, this screen. I love this. I especially love it in the Asian look that it comes in. I also do like the roses, but I really like the Asian look it comes in. It's lovely. You can see the Asian look there with that gazebo. The gazebo is in its pride form, which I do like because the flowers are so colorful. Even not for pride, even if you're not into pride, it's just a great colorful look for that particular gazebo. One thing I love with these gazebos, and you're going to see it again coming up with another version, these could make some great kids' houses, you guys. Think out of the box. Think, placing a little roof on it, maybe placing some stuff inside. I feel like this could make a really cool kids' house and has a very whimsical, childlike feel to it, and so do some of the other ones. So that's just sort of maybe something to try out in game, is something along those lines. Comes in a lot of swatches. The white one's also lovely. I love this. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I love this China. When I saw this, like in the trailer, I was in love. I'm still in love. This is so awesome. This is a great backdrop. This Asian sort of backdrop. I love it. I love it. It's going so many places. Now, here is the other gazebo type thing, the wedding enclosure sort of thing, right? I'm showing it in its pride form, obviously. But again, this would make a really cool, especially with the lights and flowers too, but even without them, almost more without them, it looks like kind of a kid's house. It looks kind of like when I would go out in the backyard and I'd arrange like the yard chairs around the yard and throw a sheet over it for my son to use, my son and I both. Let's be real, I was in there too. I loved it. I'm just a kid at heart. So yeah, I made that playhouse in the yard for as much me as him. But you arrange the chairs, you throw a sheet over the chairs, and then you kind of climb inside, and it's like a tent, and it's like your clubhouse. And my son took two of the chairs and said, "This is my bedroom," and he laid down underneath them, and that was his bed. And it was one of my, that's some of my best moments, of course. I'm going to tear up now because I'm a dad and he's a teenager, and I'm not going to be able to do it again until he has grandkids, if ever. So, but it was a lot of fun. If I become a school teacher, we're probably going to do that in my class. I'm in school, I'm in college right now to become a school teacher. We're probably going to do that in my class. Someday you're going to walk past my class, all the desks and chairs are going to be arranged with sheets over them, and we're all going to be playing, have a play day. Anyway, I love these, and that's a great idea, I think, beyond just a wedding for that use. Now here we've got that kind of arbor was really cool, and we've got these neat little things to line the aisle with, which I do like. We're going to do a selection of kind of table toppers here. All of them I like. All of them I would use outside of weddings. I'm going to stop real quick. That there, you can see where I twisted those together. I've done that for a long time with lanterns. These really look cool. Merge them together with move objects on and kind of twist it one little turn, to the left or right. Gives it a whole new look. It looks really cool. Also, I'll add extra light to that area. I love that. I've done that for from the start. From the start I've done it. And I really do love the way that looks. Just another little build thing there. So, okay, do you want to know my favorite thing? I think what might be my absolute favorite thing in this entire build by selection. It's this. It is that dragon, light holder, lamp, whatever you want to call it, right? I love that. Oh my God, I'm in love with it. I love it, love it, love it. That's something that is going everywhere, all over the place, all the time. I actually have kind of some candlesticks sort of like that. Maybe that's why I love it so much. I don't know. But I love and adore it. Then we've got this ball. I'm not sure what that ball is. It lights up. I don't know. Go with it. And then we've got, I think it lights up, right? Right? Doesn't it light up? I think it lights up. And then we've got, this is almost so, this is the only other light in this pack, and it's like a candle for the wall. So it's lovely enough. I think there's a glitch right now where maybe it doesn't work off grid. Am I right about that? I don't know. Don't hold me to that, but I think they're working on it. There's a lot of things they're working on. I didn't touch on the start of these videos. I did last video. Software not final. Software not final, you guys. We are looking through this before it's market ready. Let's say that. Now, I personally do not expect a lot of changes that you will notice. I think it's going to be more things like if we run into a glitch or a problem, hopefully that's going to be fixed before release. They've delayed release for a week. So hopefully that is the case, right? Right. I hope so. So anyway, we're going to see here kind of what happens. But if this is one of the things I'm thinking of, hopefully it's fixed. Okay, long story short, there we go. So we've got that, and then this is kind of an overview of what we've got in build by. You know, it's a good enough showing for a game pack, I think. There's a lot of swatches with some of these items, and I do think, I mean, you know, it's not a huge number of things. Although maybe cast kind of balances out, because it is just a game pack, just a $20 game pack. But I think there's enough even still for a game pack. Now, where it heads home, man, where it heads home, where it really comes to roost is going to be in our buy debug section. Because there is truly a lot of stuff. This is just a small sampling, you guys. This is kind of some of my favorites right off the bat. There's so much buy debug stuff here that it's crazy. It's really crazy. There was a ton of buy debug stuff, and it looks really cool. I mean, like, I love the airplane. I love the boat. Finally, we got another car. We always need new cars. Yeah, I know they can't do nothing but be VR jewelry, but I know people like that. I don't like the chair there. I mean, I like it for decor look, but you can't actually set in it, which is one of the failings with kind of the village core. There's a lot of al fresco dining set up, but you can't use any of it. I would love to see that changed, where you could walk up and sit and use it. There are picnic tables, like always, but I'd rather see something a little more like true outside dining. I mean, I rarely go to like a city or a village to eat, and they've got a picnic table out in front of the restaurant counter, right? Or out in front of the restaurant. They usually have tables and chairs. So I'd like to see that. You can do it with tool mod, but you know, why should you have to? Why can't they just be usable? I don't know. A lot of stuff in debug, though. I think you're really going to like the debug section in this kit. Now we're coming kind of to the end of build by debug here. And I would say that it's a good showing. I would say I'm going to do gameplay next time. I would say that, oh my gosh. Okay, so, you know, I've been having overheating problems with my laptop. I'm going to have to send it off. I finally broke down and buying a desktop. I bought a desktop. I bought a desktop computer to use for streaming and recording and stuff like that. So it hopefully can handle the heat better, not wear out my thermal coating and my fans so quickly in the future. And good news, it's shipped. I didn't expect it to ship until the end of this month. And I didn't think I would really be using it until about mid-March, but it's shipped. So if we get lucky, this is actually Saturday, if I get lucky and I get that early next week, God willing, I'm going to go through and try to quickly record gameplay as live video. Right now I do not have it recorded as live video. I have it in picture form, as you've seen here with Build By and with Cast. So my hope is I can go through and show the actual gameplay as it works, at least in my game, which is running on Ultra and mod and CC free. When I say mod and CC free, I mean completely. Okay? All of it's out, because even custom content sometimes can cause issues. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will have time to get that computer, get it set up, and do a run-through of gameplay either as a live stream. I might do it as a live stream if I don't have time to record video and edit video and do a voiceover like this, right? I might just do a live stream so you can actually see it live, see it as it's working, and make your decision before next Thursday. Do you want to buy it? Now, yes, of course, software not final. If there's problems, you can cross your fingers and hope they fix it before it gets out. And I need to look, I'll check too and see if we get some information to the effect of what's supposed to actually be fixed for sure, or is fixed. If I run into that problem, I'll try to let you know that, hey, as of right now, or as of that point, they're saying it's supposed to be fixed. That's not guaranteed because I don't work for EA Maxis at all. I'm an associate of theirs through the content creator program, but I don't work for them, so I really don't know what they're doing. Fingers crossed. Always have hope. A lot of prayer. Build yourself a church in The Sims. Send your sim in there. Have your sim pray that everything works well. And pray that I get my computer and we can show some actual live gameplay instead of just still shots as I'm doing here. In the meantime, hit like, subscribe, and notify, please, so that you'll be able to catch that and all of my other great content coming up. And in the meantime, thanks for watching.